Good morning. I hope that we can get some people on this day after Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people go shopping this time of the Black Friday, this time of year. They go shopping, but I hope we get some people on to have a fun project this morning and also to show you a couple of tricks that I do here with my Cricut. Hi, good morning, Leslie. Hi, Pat. Hey, Gail. How you doing, Gail? I was reading your post, your deviled eggs post, and it said that you fell a couple times. I hope you're okay. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Sherry. Good morning. So we do have a few people on this morning, and I want to talk about getting ready for the holidays, for whatever that means to everyone. Hi, Don. Hi, Annette. And there's Leslie. Yeah, Leilani's here, and Loretta, of course. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I had a lovely holiday with my family, and a couple of my sister's friends came over as well, and it was pretty nice, and it was very laid back and just yummy, yummy. So good morning. Oh, there's Bren. Oh, you fell. But you didn't break anything, right? So that's a good thing. I hope you're okay, Gail. So there's April. Oh, hi April. How are you? And there's my friend Debbie and Donna. Joyce, hello. Welcome to everyone. So this morning we're continuing to craft. In fact, if you're like me, you'll be crafting most of the weekend. This weekend, I have a big event to go to in my city. We have what's called the annual holiday stroll, and I've been working on holiday stroll um, decorations and signs and things like that. No hiccups, huh? I think it was the software that it's using. I think let them know about it, and seems like it's better. I don't know. Or maybe it was Comcast. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so getting ready for the holiday stroll. Yesterday morning, as my turkey was in the oven, I was glittering all kinds of um, ornaments. I only have like about 50 made, so I was hoping to get like 100 done. And then I'm also working on the signs. But today I thought it's we need a little Christmas. Remember that song? We need a little Christmas right this very minute. I forget what it was from, but it was like a movie from the 40s or 50s, I think. Somebody must remember that song. Oh, Shirley's here. Good morning. Good morning. So today, in addition to doing some cleaning up and Black Friday shopping from my computer, I'm working on these projects. So I'm going to show you this project that I'm doing for inside of the Santa's workshop, which is also the Knights of Columbus in downtown Peabody. And so I had this. It's not a new sign. I just know it's new. You remember that song? I don't know where it's from. We need a little Christmas right this very minute. Uh, da 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 la 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 la. That's me singing. Anyway, so I've never needed to make this sign as big as it comes in. So I actually what I do is I went through and I made them different sizes here, but I'm going to show you. And remember, my all my files are free, and so you can pick them up in the Cricut community. And you can also follow me on the Cricut community, and we're going to have announce a winner for this because it's Friday, and every Friday I give away a Cricut Cutie with a bunch of other stuff. And And so you could be, if you are following me, you could be the next winner. And all you have to do to follow me is to go over here. See where there's like these three lines? You click on that and you go to home. Okay. Thank you, Ardeen. Nice singing voice. Thank you. Yep, I'm gonna make these out of cardstock and craft board because I felt like they were kind of limp, and so I did make them out of uh, craft board as the base, and the red is cardstock. Although I did kind of think, I think this would look really good with vinyl. Only I ran out of red vinyl while I was making my signs, and I had to place my order on Wednesday and to pick it up, and Michael's wasn't open yesterday, so I just like today we're gonna do it in the cardstock, but definitely can do it um in vinyl if you want. I think it would work out really well with vinyl as well because there's a lot of very small little lines that you're going to have to glue. So let me just show you from here. This is the home page, and I'm just going to scroll a little bit here down to recent community projects. You see that? So if you hit see more, these are all free and community up. I see one. That's a corgi. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to save that one. But these are all people like you and I who are just crafting with their Cricut. And I love this one here, this watercolor card. I'm going to save that one too. And so you want to join in on this fun. It's kind of like a little community. And it's not like community like you'd think of Facebook. It's more like a community center to find all this different creativity. And to find me, you can just search up here. You can type in Rita and see what comes up. And here I am. I'm listed under Miss Rita to the rescue. So if you click on one of my many files, this one is one of my favorites. So if you click on one of my files, whoops, I didn't even click on the file. I clicked on my name. Sorry. Let's go back. um, you use craft board for your Christmas house? Oh, nice. Okay, so let's see if I can do this over again. I'm going to type my name in, Rita. Yeah. And all right, I found this one. I really love it. So let's look at it. And I have to, some of my projects don't have all the information in there that I've been doing recently. This is an older project that I made with I think it was a Target like $1 thing, and I did it with Cricut. Let's see, Cricut holographic HTV or iron on. Anyway, so here I am. It says Miss Reach to the rescue, so you can click on that. And this is my profile. Everybody has a profile, and you can edit that profile using all the different things. You can edit here, you can edit your picture, you can edit the actual writing or text that appears down here. And then look over here, it says followers. So when you click on followers, it shows you everybody that's following me. Or if you're looking at yours, everybody that's following you. And so when you follow me, I will follow you back. So that's what I'm doing. I'm following and saying hello to Nancy, Connie, Kelly, Monica, Yolanda, Cindy, Celeste, and Denise. And then once a week, I pick a winner from my followers, and they will win this. So if you don't know what a cutie is, you will soon find out. This is a Cricut cutie. They're much sought after, especially the new colors. And they're just, someone said, "What do they do?" I'm like, "They're inspirational." And so there have been people that have been collecting these for many years, and they're coming out with a bunch of new colors as well. So what I'm going to do is once a week pick a name, or what I've been doing is once a week picking a name from my followers, and that person will email me. And my email address is Miss Rita to the rescue at gmail.com. And you'll email me your name and address, and I will send you out a Cricut Cutie color of my choosing. And then I will also put in a few things that I find around my craft studio. I have a hoard that I don't mind thinning out for people. So I will mention who the winner is this week after we get started on our project a little bit. So this is the project Candy Cane Stripe Merry Christmas, but I'm going to start from new because I want you to see how you would do that. You can always come and grab this file from my profile. That's the benefit of following me. Okay. Um, and let's see. They are great. So my friend April from Crafting with April says that Cricut Cuties are great to change your attitude when a project goes awry. You can't get upset when you look at a cutie. That's so smart. Yes, 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 yes. Um, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to start this project. We're gonna go to images, okay? And we're going to go to image sets, and then let's type in Mary. There is an old, and there it is, Merry and Bright. This is an old image set, but I also want to show you this other one underneath it because this is actually a Rob and Bob cartridge image set that has a lot of great Christmas cards on them. And so it's not listed under Rob and Bob, but if you are a Rob and Bob fan, you want to check this out. It's called Merry Everything. But we're going to go to this one, Merry and Bright. Now, this is old, this image set. In fact, it used to be a cartridge that they transferred to an image set. And there's a lot of great, very simple images here. And I kind of like working with simple images. Some of the other ones, they're so lovely, but they're really detailed. And if you're using paper, like I do a lot of paper crafts, then it makes it a little bit harder. So I like to go back um, to the older ones. You know, I have 30. Babs, I don't want that kind of stress. Babs is saying I have 36 days left to get to the Miss Rita YouTube membership of 25,000. I know. I'm so stressed about it, so I like don't want to. But I really would love it if you followed me. Even if you don't come to the daily lives, it's still good. Anyway, this is what we're going to do, the Merry Christmas banner. And we're going to just click on that. I hope I can save it. I'm trying to save it. It's not working. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to go add to canvas right down here. So I think when people get started with their Cricut, they think that these assets, and these are called in the industry, they're called assets, but they think that these assets are that they have to create them all from scratch. And what they don't know is that we have this lovely program. It is optional. You don't need to do it, but it's called Cricut Access. And Cricut Access is a you can do it yearly or you can do it monthly, and it's a subscription program. So the software that we're working with, Design Space, which continues to be updated and upgraded, is free. It's free to use, but really to appreciate your Cricut, any Cricut machine, being a Cricut Access member really helps because a lot of images, including this one, and we'll go back to that image set, a lot of image sets have this. You see this A right here? That means that it is part of Cricut Access. So in this particular one, this is an old cartridge that was put on to be an image set, and everything on that old cartridge is on here. So I was thinking about, I think I was mentioning that on Wednesday where I was talking about how I first got into Cricut, and I was using an older machine called Expressions 2, and that used cartridges, and it also had a very basic it was called the Cricut Craft Room. So it was like the precursor to Design Space. And I really loved that program. And so when the CEO uh, asked me if I would be a Cricut product expert, I said, well, I didn't at the time, I didn't have the software. I'm sorry, not the software, the machine, the maker, or the Explorer. Actually, at that time, it was the Explore machine. And it was just simply Explore machine. It wasn't even Bluetooth or anything like that. And so I went out and bought it, and I started playing with it and fell in love. So Access is just an extra thing that you would add, and then you don't have to worry about where did this image came come from, because all these images that are in Design Space. So let's go back to our canvas. And you see, this is very large. Now, you could do a couple of things here if you are interested in making a smaller version of this. So let's go to here. I'm going to hit ungroup. Okay. And by ungrouping, it should have all of the letters you see here. All of the letters are individual, and there's two layers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all. You see, I selected them all using, whoops, I forgot this C. So let's bring this over again. We're going to select them all using my mouse. And then we're going to go right up here where it says align. And then we're going to choose center. Now, it brings everything together, but this is good because what we want to do is talk about resizing. Okay. So it comes in, it may not seem that way, but it comes in uh, like 6 inches high, which for my purposes is going to work because I'm putting them at a really big um, center, like what do you call it? A banquet hall. So they're really, really large. But if you want to do this for your home, you might want to make it smaller. And so this, I'm just showing you how to do that. So once you do this, you would do group, and then you can duplicate, which is right up here, duplicate, and then you have a whole other size that you can resize. So what I would do here is I could just resize this entire group to maybe like 4 inches. And once I do that, I can then ungroup and have you see what all of these letters look like. So they are two layers. There's the white layer and the red layer. And as I mentioned at the beginning, what I chose to do for this was I chose to use craft board for the white layer. And if you don't know what craft board is, I'm going to show you. So craft board is a product by Cricut. I don't know if you can buy it anywhere else. I love this stuff from Cricut. And this is the white craft board. It also comes in natural, like craft natural, and black. And it comes in a sampler. But I usually will buy this. And in fact, I bought this during the 50% off sale, which is still going on. And I just wanted to show you, if you type in here craft, right? Craft board, 2 words, you can see what I'm talking about. And this is a great price. And so here, black, white, natural, and there's the sampler. It also comes in, I forgot to mention, also comes in like some finishes. So there's a foil is metals, and a foil that's jewels. And then this one, one of my favorites, especially in the summertime, this craftboard foil holographic sampler. And yes, you can cut craft board with a regular blade, and that's for both the Explorer and the Maker machine. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if the Joy cuts craft board. I don't know if I've ever tried, but it is this is a really great price, and not to, be harpy or anything, but because I am a Cricut member, access member, when I buy something such as this material, let me just move this over. When I buy this material and then I go to my cart, I'll see here that I can not only use my promo code, which is Miss Rita, and then also I get 20% off. Now, the thing about my promo code is it only work on orders of $100 or more, and you'll get 10% off. But since this is not a $100 order, I can't use that code. It will say not applied here, but you'll see it under here, premium access, 20% off of materials. So in addition to it being on sale, I get an additional $1.20 off, making it what, six minus five, $4.80 for this pack of craft board. It's really lovely. It's this really thick papery board, and it makes great backgrounds for things such as our banner. Okay, so let's go back to our Cricut design space. So as you can see, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see that each letter has a white piece and then has this red piece. So what I decided to do, let's go here. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. But what I decided to do was make it big because I need it for our banquet hall. So as you can see, they're squishing in all of these letters. And if I wanted to, I could try to squish in this M and A. I probably could do that so that I'm only using 3 sheets of paper, or three sheets of craft board. Or what I can do is make my sign a little smaller. Remember, it's grouped. So what if I just did it to, like, say 6 inches? Let's see how that would look. And there we go. So for this project at 6 inches, you only need 3 sheets of craft board in white, and then 3 sheets of red cardstock. So here is the red cardstock. This is from Cricut, and you will be cutting this out using a special setting that I really love to cut craft cardstock on. It's called cardstock for intricate cuts, and I'm going to show you where to find it. You're going to go to browse all materials. Okay, and then we're going to scroll to the cardstock section, and the cardstock sections are all different kinds of weight of paper. And we've talked about weight of paper before. There's a light weight, there's a medium weight, and there's a heavy weight on cardstock. And here in the US and I think Canada, they go by poundage. But overseas or at the UK at minimum, they go by this called GSM. So you can see here GSM or pound. So when I talk about cardstock, I usually am cutting it on medium cardstock that's 80-pound weight, which is what this is. Okay, this is an 80-pound weight medium cardstock from Cricut. But when you have something this intricate, you're going to want to choose this. It's called cardstock for intricate cuts right there. What that's going to do is it's going to slow down your machine and cut some of these very intricate cutting layers. So I'm going to, it does take a little bit longer, by the way. By the way, it does take a little bit longer, but I'm going to take you down. I'm not going to cut it out because um because it does take a little bit longer, but I am going to show you how to put it together. So what you will need for putting this together, oops, is you're going to need some glue, and you probably need some kind of twine or let's see, ribbon works for this one too. And in order to use the twine, you'll probably need a, where is it, a needle, unless you're really good at doing, and I usually get the yarn needles that are made out of plastic, but this is all they had at the craft store when I went. Is it's a needle point needle. So we're going to use that in the end to help get our green, to help get all of our letters onto the green. So let's start. And the first thing I do is I cut everything out and then I just kind of put it in a big pile. But then before I go to put it together, I then start matching the letters to each other. And I think I might have done that already, but it's just a big pile right now. Now, what you need to be careful of is that there are these little slits at the top. See that? These slits. So we're going to match up all of these. They're already sort of matched up. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of glue and working with one letter at a time and making sure that my letter is lined up correctly. And you can tell that it's lined up. So I had it like this, which is not correct. And it actually doesn't go on correctly the way that they're worked out. So you have to be careful about which way you're doing it. And I look at these little chinks up here in the paper, and then I just go ahead and make sure before I start gluing that I have it correctly. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to use my glue. Now, there are a number of really nice glues out there. And even if you don't have the expensive glue, as long as you can get them into something like this, it works out really well. So this is um, a glue bottle that I bought from Amazon. I will give you the link to this, and you can maybe buy them. You get them two in a package, and it costs around $4. So it's kind of one of those cool add-ons if you're just like placing an order for whatever on Amazon. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and lay it on the letter just like that, and see how it fits so much better than before, just like that, and just press down a little bit. The trick with glue is in the amount you're putting on there. Okay, so we'll just keep going and putting these all together. Um, so yeah. Oh, okay. So April's leaving. The do it now. That's a thing. I gotta feed my pups they before I come out here, else they will just be on my case the whole time. Oh, and they don't like to wait for their breakfast. They only get fed twice a day. And a lot of people only feed their dogs once a day. Like my sister, I think she only feeds them once a day. And I'm like, how do they survive? How do you survive twice a day? I even feel weird about eating in front of my dogs at lunchtime because they don't have a lunchtime. But I don't know. I kind of have a tendency to err towards the animals in life. So I might be just thinking, oh, the poor things. But I have to remember they are dogs, they are animals. And so it's a little bit different for them. But when I'm eating, I feel like they should be eating too. Okay, so here is the M. I was gonna place that on there, you see. And the great thing about using the craft board is that it makes the letters so much thicker, so much like instead of using two pieces of cardstock would be a little thicker, but this really nicely holds up at this size. Now here I had a little problem with this cutout. See that? It it tore. Now I'm not going to throw away my whole M just for that. I'm just going to go ahead and use my True Control knife and make sure that I open it up so that when I go to put the string in there, it will be easier. So, let's see. How's everybody doing? You're going to do shopping, or what you going to do? What you're going to do for the holiday weekend. A lot of people have this weekend off. I used to be one of those Black Friday people, and this goes back years. So it goes back from the 90s. Now, I've always felt like there should be some study, maybe it's the retail business, whatever, on the history of and development of Black Friday. Because when I was a little girl, so this was in the 70s, right? When I was a very little girl, this is when I became aware of Black Friday. And the name Black Friday, or that, yeah, that name, the title, actually comes from an old um, retail theory that you really only made your black, you only got in the black. So before, it used to say, if you were in the red, that means you are deading. So retailers tended to not become profitable until after Black Friday. And then that's why it's called Black Friday, not because it's dark out or anything, but because that's their first day of being in the black from being in the red. That makes sense. So that was Black Friday. Anyway, I used to go get up early in the morning. Oh my gosh, so early. And in Massachusetts, they don't allow stores. They have something called a blue law, which was still very much active when I was a child. So, a blue law in Massachusetts. I'm sure they have them other places, might call them something different. But basically, it was an old law that limited the amount of time that uh, stores could be open, or told them what time or what days they could open. So used to be like on certain holidays, now not so much, but it used to be like you'd have to know, okay, is the bank open today, is the, that sort of thing. It's a new economy now, but back in the day, you didn't want to get in your car, drive all the way to the store and find out that it was closed. And a lot of them were closed on Sunday when I was a kid. So that is sort of left over from the blue laws of not being open on Thanksgiving Day. And in fact, they can't be open, uh like they can't open at midnight, because according to this blue law, no employee should be actually working on the day of that holiday. So they considered the employee getting to the store as a what am I trying to say? As a part of being the holiday. Anyway, so I used to do these stand in line, and my funniest story about that is I went to um AC Moore. Now there was a time that my son Owen had this intense fascination, which of course I indulged with Thomas the Tank Engine. Now, remember, he's autistic, so when he was younger, this was a way for him to learn about different things, and then also because he's autistic, he loved because they you could line them up into long rows, that sort of thing. And so the craft store in our area was called AC Moore. They've closed. They closed a few years ago. Actually, the year of the pandemic, they closed. But so AC Moore always had Thomas the Tank Engine, and they were the good kind because they came in metal and wood. And according to, I don't know, everyone, the Thomas the Tank Engine wood ones were better than the metal ones, but actually I liked the metal ones better. But of course he needed to have every single tank engine, and there were so many, and they had a name, or I've forgotten now, but there was one that he really liked. It was the big grumpy one, and but there were different ones like Percy and um not a lot of girl ones. There are a lot of boy ones, but anyway, they had a TV show, and I don't know. Now it's all animated, but the TV show is more like stop motion animation. So right up my alley. And so of course I indulged this kid, and then this one Christmas they're gonna have half off. Now these things were like $30 a piece, and I was a single mother on one income, so I was like, any opportunity I could pick up things, and there were so many pieces. I'm sure they still do it. And there's so this opportunity I was going to be able to get half off. And what else did I get? uh 20% off of that, because um I was there so early. It was like 3 in the morning. Um and and so I was there 20% off because they used to encourage people to come early. And so all that to say, I got like $1,000 worth of these. I was like beside myself, so happy. I'm like, I totally scored on this. And it was just really fun. So you see here, I want to just show you this. So this is the Y. Now, I have this on what I would probably think is the wrong side, because I usually cut on this side of the paper. But I'm thinking that maybe I did cut it on the wrong side of the paper, because look, I'm trying to get this together and it's sort of not working. But if I go this way, it matches up better, I think. I might be wrong, but let's try it. Let's try it and see. Anyway, so that's my black. He was beside himself when he got all those. By the way, I was like mother of the year to to him then, and we basically would just have train tracks running front from the back to the front of the house. Train tracks, they were in the bathroom, they were in the bedroom, they were in the living room. Oh my goodness, so many train tracks. And there were the plastic ones, and then there were the wooden ones. And when he grew out of them, and when he finally grew out of them, it was like no trains, no Thomas, no nothing. But when he grew out of them, I actually donated them to a uh, an orphanage, and they still have orphanages in the Dominican Republic. So they sent us a video, and like, look, this is what the kids are doing with all those Thomas, and it was so great. I really wanted to find a nice home for them, and so that was cool. Now that's nothing compared to my Lego obsession that we had with Owen. Once he grew out of the tank engine, Thomas, we ended up with wanting everything Lego. So I have in a complete attic. He will not allow me to sell them, which is probably smart. But like, I have a whole attic full of Lego bricks that I want to get. I want to get organized. Excuse me. Oh, look at this H. Look at how terrible. Excuse me. How terrible it cut. I'm going to have to do a little True Control knife surgery here. Hi, boys. How are you? They just went for their walk with Santo. And this, believe it or not, I cut this with the intricate cut setting. But still, it caused a little problem right there. Thank you. Um, I've had like, I think since the heat came on, I've had like a little bit of a, I don't know, a hoarseness and stuffy nose. I don't think I'm sick, but I think it's the heat. And mom and I, that's the one place where we differ because mom likes it hot. And I even told my sister Teresa when she moved, I'm like, we're going to have to buy her a little heater because I can't like survive when the heat is anything over 71. And I could tell the difference between 69 degrees and 70 degrees. I mean, I can literally tell the difference. Plus, I like fans. I like the air to move. So, so she's like, I'm kind of cold. I'm like, here's another blanket, mom. And she actually took I gave her the blanket that I made when we did the hand knit. If you haven't seen that video and you want to hand knit a blanket, you could check it out on my channel. It's called Miss Rita to the Rescue. Or you can find it on YouTube. You can type either Miss Rita to the Rescue or Cricut chat with Miss Rita. I can be found either way. And also, I told you that I was going to tell you the winner of the Cricut Cutie for this week. And I have picked actually two because I was unable to get in touch with someone that won it uh, like a month ago. And so I have two winners, and they are Susan Sharp and Connie Weaver. You are the lucky winners, Susan and Connie. You're the lucky winners, and you're going to send me an email at Miss Rita to the Rescue at gmail.com. If you don't have email and that's keeping you from sending me a message, you can send me a message by also commenting on a video. It's not preferred, but if you don't have like email, but you only have YouTube, if you have Facebook, you could send me something in Messenger. Okay. And I do these giveaways all the time. And now that we're talking about giveaways, I'm going to tell you that we had our first winner of a Cricut Maker 3 bundle that's called the Everything Bundle. And it is worth almost $700. I'm going to add a few things to the winner. So I decided that I used to give away a lot of little prizes because I wanted everybody to have, have the opportunity to win. But I, I decided I think was somebody's suggestion. I can't remember who, but I decided to give away a Cricut Maker 3 everything bundle, and that includes like paper and vinyl and all the smart materials because the Maker 3 and the Explorer 3 are the only two machines that can use the smart materials. Okay. And so I decided I'm going to give one every month for the next 14 months. We already done it 1 month. So starting I think it's tonight, I'm going to be showing you how you can enter. There's really no rush in getting this done, except that in order to enter, you just have to be following me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that is, it's so easy to do. I'm going to show you sometime. I know I showed people because they don't understand it, but all you have to do is put your entry in by following me on YouTube and then going to this link called Rafflecopter, and you put in your name and email address. Okay. Yep, you do. You have 13. So there's 13 more, um, 13 more times that you could win this. That's what Dawn is saying. Is Dawn on Facebook? Yes, you can't. Dawn, they can't. I'm the only one that can see. Well, I'm not the only one. If you're on Facebook, you can see Dawn's comment. But if you're on YouTube, you can't see it, I don't think. Anyway. So this is a $700 prize that I'm going to be giving away every month all the way through 2023. So what you will have to do now that we've done it the first time, is if you're following me now and you want to get your name in for the next month, which is December, right? If you're following me, you will uh, you will just have to put your name in on the Rafflecopter thing once a month. You'll have to do it once a month. So mark your calendar for like the beginning of the month, because we'll just get so good at it. We'll just be like, okay, here's January's, here's February, la la la. Anyway, you're going to put your name in. Now, if you're already following me and you are, let's see, and you want to support me, because this is a way to support me by following me on YouTube. So I'm trying to reach my 25,000 subscribers. I would really love to reach that by Christmas, but I'll take, if it's a month later or whatever, I'll be okay with that. I'm at almost 23,000. And I really just want to hit 25,000. I started this a couple of years ago, and it was just simply for me to show people how to use Cricut. And it was, I never thought I'd get more than 1,000 people. I did think I'd get 1,000 people, but I thought 1,000 would be it. But I am actually up to 22.8, I believe. So, in a couple of years, have been building this. Now, it's not so dramatic like these people that go viral, but maybe someday I'll go viral. Who knows? But I would be very happy with 25,000 subscribers. So that's my goal. And if I reach it by Christmas, even better. But if I reach it January or February, I'm okay with that too. So if you want to win and you want to support me, this is how you would do it. You would just find a way to share with somebody else about me. In fact, I was really surprised when my sister's friend who came yesterday, my sister's very best girlfriend, and she's known her for her entire life, like since she was like 9. And they've had different lives, whatever, but they're still best friends, and they go vacationing every year. It's kind of funny. They go see everything. So Amy was actually married and became a widower, and then Teresa was married, not married now, and so they through thick and thin they've had each other, which is just really lovely. So okay, I finished doing this. Anyway, she didn't know I was trying to make a point. She didn't know that I had a YouTube channel, and I said, Teresa, oh my gosh, why don't you tell people? She goes, oh, I tell them all about your Cricut, but I don't tell about your YouTube channel. I don't know. I just don't do it. So all right. So here we're doing, look at how cute this looks. Sorry about that paint stain. But here we have where's my C? CHRI STMAS. Okay. And then I'm going to take this. Now, I did buy this at Amazon, and I will put a link in the description. I'm actually going to post a bunch of links if you're going to buy stuff at either Cricut or at Amazon or any other affiliates that I have. So this is called Baker's Twine, and the metallic ones are a little bit harder to work with because they unravel. So what I try to do is to get this, hold on, get this threaded through. That's why I like the plastic ones better. And, it's not doing it for me, so I'm going to just fold it like this and push it through. So if you're new, I forgot to mention, if you're new, you're watching me for the first time and you happen to be on the live, then say hello. This is the nicest group of people, and they really care about each other. I met many of them during the pandemic, and they really sustained me all through. Actually, I had cancer for the first time in during the pandemic 2020, and then I recovered from that, and it was in July of this year that I was re-diagnosed with the same kind of cancer, breast cancer, but this time it had moved, and it's in mostly my hip bones, but it's in my bones. So it's called metastatic, which in and of itself makes it a stage 4. But I am on an excellent regimen, and I feel confident with all of the prayers. I do believe prayers help, and all the prayers and all of the just love that I've received, that I will be in remission from this. Now, when I go into remission, I will still have the possibility of it coming back. But I am trying to lead a different life. And some of that is worry. I do worry a lot. And sometimes I stress. I need to work on that. I'm a mother of a teenager, so who has autism. I mean, he's very high functioning, but he's autistic. And that can be a little stressful. You know what I mean? Jelly Bean, did I do this right? I don't think I did this right. So what I'm doing is I am trying to thread this with my thread. Now, because I'm going to put this in I didn't have it right. Because I'm going to put this in a banquet hall, I'm going to do it all one line. Okay. But um, if you're going to make it this big and you can't figure out how to do that, you don't have one place that can do that, just do the Mary by itself and then put that above and put Christmas below it. And that way you'll be able to fill it. But I am a big fan of banners, garlands, uh, wreaths. I do a lot, and also ornaments. So if you like to do that stuff and you're new, you want to stick around because we do that stuff. We do that stuff, right, guys? um, and we've done ornaments, we've done cards, lots of cards. I love to make cards. I just love working with cardstock. You'll have some other people, they'll work with everything, and I too will work with things. CHRI. Okay, this is it. I too work with things like vinyl and iron on and stuff, but and making mugs. But I wouldn't have done that had I not been a part of the Cricut engagement team, because they're the ones that are like, okay, now that you've got the whole the whole Cricut machine down. Here, we're going to give you some more things like a mug press and a hat press. I honestly would never have purchased those things if they hadn't given it to me. And the reason why they give it to me, I am a Cricut product expert. And that means I'm not a I'm not a, what am I not? An employee, but I am like a influencer. So I get to try with my other friends. One of them was April, who was here earlier, and Jamie Leonard is also. But I get to try out all these new latest release things. So whenever they come out with something new, they send. It's almost like being in a guinea pig program. but but they really appreciate it, and then we create content for them, and it works out really great. I enjoy it, and I'm able to, like I said, I make hats now, and I make what else do I make? I make hats, I make t-shirts, banners, you guys know, and doggy bandanas, and what else? Oh, all kinds of stuff like that. We got the auto press, the easy presses, the mini press. Oh my gosh, so many. And it's just fun. So here is where, if you are doing this in a smaller space, that you would cut this off, but I'm just going to keep working all the way through, and we will have one giant banner. I won't be able to show it to you its completion on that, but this is what it's starting to, oops, sorry, that's what it started to look like, and I'll be finished with this. He likes banners. I love banners. Oh my gosh, I love them. I'll put up a banner for anything. And I one time I was fostering a dog, and I even made a banner with like all doggy houses, and it said welcome to the dog's name is Odie. Welcome, Odie. And I know he couldn't read, but for me it was like it was the celebration of we're celebrating this little dog that needed a foster home. So, and he actually later, he was a foster fail, and I kept him, and he ended up being one of my best friends and helped me get through a lot of stuff. So, um, so anyway, I made a big deal. I make a big deal out of everything. My sister says, don't make a big deal out of it. That's what she says. Don't make a big deal out of it." And I'm like, "How my feeling is, go big or go home. If you're going to celebrate something, really celebrate it. Don't put half but intentions out there. You know what I mean? I just love to make a big deal out of everything. And I think she meant more like, don't get yourself worried about it. But as far as like, so yesterday with Thanksgiving, I had to make two different stuffings. My sister does not like this stuffing that I make, but I love it and everybody loves it. So she just doesn't like it. She's very picky about her food. So I had to make two different kinds of stuffing and two different kinds of cranberry sauce because she doesn't like the fresh cranberry sauce. It's just funny. Anyway, um, okay. So this is what it looks like. MERRY. Now, when I get it up, I'm going to give it a little space there, but Merry Christmas. Isn't this beautiful? And remember, you can make this smaller. If this is just too big for you, I showed you how to make it smaller. So there you go. And let's see, what else are they going to say? So this is the end of my week. I usually don't come on Saturday or Sunday because tomorrow I have the holiday stroll. But there I will probably be coming on for the holiday stroll and just to say hi, but no project on Saturday. And then I'll be back on Monday with a whole new week of projects, more opportunities to win, and how can you keep the space between the words? Good question, Annette. So, what I like about this one is that there are actually two holes, um, almost like sewing. And what that will do is it will keep I actually did it wrong here. I'll probably end up taking it off, but I always go in through the front and then out from the back, and it usually doesn't look like this. Maybe I should keep it that way. I don't know. Anyway, the great thing about this kind of a banner is it pretty much stays in place. So before I put it up, I will just move these over here. But obviously, if it doesn't go up that way, you can move them um, after it's up. Now, sometimes, and I probably will do that for this one, but I'm not going to show you it right now. But sometimes I will put a piece of tape on the back so that it doesn't have that opportunity of all the letters mushing together. So does that help, Annette? That's so great to hear, Donna. I just like banners, garland. I have liked them since I was a little girl. I remember we had a beautiful like a we had a split ranch growing up, and I can't believe I'm saying it was beautiful because I didn't like it was too modern, and we lived in a big old house when I was a kid, and I loved that house. So but anyway, what it did have was a really beautiful like entrance. It was really grand, and it had the wrought iron. Remember wrought iron? The wrought iron like banister, and the to hold your to hold yourself up. It was all like wrought iron, you know? And and I used to decorate those in all kinds of ways. And that was my favorite chore of Christmas was decorating the banister. So I should have known back then that was going to be my life, because I will, if I can make it look cheery, I will do it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming this week. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I'll be working. Yeah, Saturday is called Support Small Business, and that's what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to be, if you're in the area, come and visit me. I'll be at the Knights of Columbus in Peabody, which is at 58 Main, I believe, Main Street. But the city has a big celebration the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It's called the Holiday Stroll, and there are Victorian carolers, and there are all kinds of fun things. There's a bouncy house for the kids. There's a photo booth sessions. There's make your own cookies and ornaments, a fire, and then they end it with a tree lighting and carol singing by the high school carol group. So if you're in the area, definitely pop in and say hi, or even if you don't say hi, because I'm going to be at Nice Columbus, and a lot of stuff happens at the end of the street. But I'm trying to get more people to come up to see PVD TV and create an escape, and the Granite Coast Brewery, the Knights of Columbus, and the library. That's on one side of the street, and then down the end of the street is the courthouse, because we're a district court. There's City Hall, the fire department, the Children's Museum, and all that stuff is on the other side of Main Street. And it just doesn't get as much love up at the other side. So, anyway, all right, I'll stop chit chatting. Uh, I'll see you all on Monday with a brand new week's worth of projects. And I hope you have just a wonderful weekend. And I'll hope to see you tomorrow when I pop in. Okay. Oh, Shirley. And also, Shirley's having surgery on Monday. That's our friend Shirley Bain. And she's having surgery on Monday. So if you are the praying type, do send up some prayers for Shirley's surgery on Monday. Oh, thank you, Gail. I appreciate it. I do. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Have a great weekend. And yeah, I agree, Tammy. Everyone needs to do a little crafting. Chit chat, chit chat. All right, you guys. Love you and hope you have a lovely weekend. Bye.